Okay, now this is exactly how you guys are going to be able to get to 1,000 leads with paid ads. Now, just to show you guys some client results, here are some results that I've gotten for some clients. So the first campaign that we've got here, 1,000 plus leads, as you can see, 88 cents per lead, which is just ridiculous. So that campaign performed really, really well. Only $1,000 spent, a little bit over 1,000 leads, which is incredible. The other campaign here, if you look at the bottom, we got $1.45 per lead, $1,900 spent for 1,300 leads. Again, great results, about $1 per lead, which is incredible. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how you'll be able to achieve this. Okay, so at the top here, as you can see, the result that we're aiming for is 1,000 leads and a cost per lead under $1. Now, how are we going to be able to get to that result? There's three main factors that you want to look into. The first one, and the most important one, has to be having a unique niche. The next thing is making sure that you have an engaging ad, because people obviously need to click through that ad and opt in and become a lead. The next thing would be a desirable offer. So those three things, desirable offer, engaging ad, and unique niche, are the three most important things in order to achieve this result. Now, the most important part, unique niche. How can we find a unique niche? First thing that a unique niche needs to be is unsaturated, right? Needs to be unsaturated. What that means is that it needs to be new to the market. So your ideal client obviously wants to learn more. And the next thing is that it still needs to have an audience size above 30,000 to make sure that there's enough people to actually sell the product to. Okay, now why are these two things important? Why is it important that you pick a niche that is new to the market? And why is it important that you pick a niche that's audience size is greater than 30,000? Now, when it comes to a niche being new to the market, this is pretty much a pattern interrupt itself. Your ideal client will immediately stop and be intrigued because they're not used to seeing ads that are targeted towards them, right? So that is a pattern interrupt in itself. For example, the most saturated niches out there would be niches like agency owners, coaches, online coaches, online agency owners. That is probably the most saturated niche. You see ads from Charlie Morgan and all those other people. It's one of the most saturated niches. So people that are agency owners, coaches, they're so used to seeing these ads, they don't really feel entitled to click onto your ad because they see these ads all the time. But when it comes to having a unique niche, your ideal client isn't used to seeing ads that are targeted towards them. So they almost feel entitled to have to click through this ad because they're not used to seeing these types of ads that are targeted towards the niche that they are in. Now, what this allows you to do is ultimately get to that desired result, being 1,000 plus leads and a cost per lead under $1, because your niche is not used to seeing those ads. So there's so many of those people that click onto those ads. If you have the audience size above 30,000, that's also important. Otherwise, you won't even have 1,000 people to click onto it. So you still need to have that audience size, which is big enough, but also new to the market, so you receive those 1,000 leads. Now, next thing that's really important, having an engaging ad. Now, this is obviously very important because if an ad isn't engaging, you're not going to get 1,000 people to click onto it, and you're not going to get 1,000 people that want to learn more. You need to make sure your ad is engaging and catches the viewer's attention straight off the bat, straight away. Now, there's three things when it comes to an engaging ad. Obviously, you need to have a body and a hook, and I'll run through that in just a second. But I personally recommend when testing ads that you do 2 image ads and 5 video ads. Now, when it comes to how much money to spend a day on these ads to test them, $30 to $50 a day is completely fine. More than enough money in order to test these 7 ads, being the 2 images and the 5 videos. And I recommend doing 2 different ad sets. The first ad set is going to be a broad ad set where you're not doing any targeting. You're letting Meta do the targeting based off the messaging in the ad itself. And the other ad set is going to be a niche interest ad set where you're putting in the interests of your client. Now, the next thing of the ad will be the body. So the body is very important. The hook is probably more important than the body, but the body is still something that you want to make sure is engaging, and you want to be able to show that you have proof of results and that you're credible with your work, right? So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you have at least 3 testimonials, and you want to make sure that you have your best 3 testimonials in the body of your ad. What this does is just show proof and credibility that you know what you're talking about and you're able to get clients' results. Next thing you want to have in the body, very important, is a unique mechanism. What a unique mechanism is simply just a system that you use that makes your business exponentially better than your competitors. Why is the way that you operate exponentially better, and how can it get clients exponentially better results than what your competitors can? Now, an example of this could be something as small as just like an AI appointment setter. Something to do with AI is a great unique mechanism because everyone's always moving towards using AI and how can I utilize AI. Having something like an AI appointment setter or something revolving around AI is perfect when it comes to using a unique mechanism and including that inside of your ad. Now, probably the most important thing in your ad is going to be your hook. The hook is the most important part. If the hook doesn't catch the viewer's attention, they won't become a lead. It's as simple as that. Now, the easiest way for you to catch your viewer's attention is to include three things. These three things are going to be niche call out. So like I mentioned before, the unique niche, you're going to include the niche call out. For example, you would say something like Etsy sellers or just something as simple as that. Etsy sellers above 5K per month, Etsy sellers, your niche call out. Next thing is the result. So what result are you going to get for these Etsy sellers? 60 new customers, 30 new customers, something along those lines. You're going to include that in your hook as well. Now, last thing is the risk reversal. People love risk reversals because it means that the risk is taken off them by actually purchasing your offer or your service. It means that the risk is put on you because you have to actually deliver your guarantee. Otherwise, you have to give them their money back or you have to continue working with them for free until you get them the result. A risk reversal is really important as well in order for them to actually opt into the ad because they know that there's no risk on their end. So that's all there is to it when it comes to having an engaging ad. It's fairly straightforward. There's not too much you need to include. This right here will definitely help you get to 1,000 leads and also have a cost per lead under $1 by following this and also having a unique niche. The last thing when it comes to achieving the result of 1,000 leads and a cost per lead under $1 is ensuring that you have a desirable offer. Now, we kind of went over this in the hook already, but there's two main things when it comes to having a desirable offer. The first thing is making sure that your offer is within a time frame that your ideal client desires. So whether this is achieving your goal in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, achieving the result in a specific time frame that your ideal client desires is very important. You also need to make sure that in your offer, you have a result that your ideal client desires as well. So for example, these are three results here that a client would likely desire. Obviously, this will vary depending on the industry, but three results that clients always desire are qualified appointments, so just more bookings on their calendar. That's obviously a result that your ideal client will likely desire. New clients is also a great result as well. Everyone likes new clients. It just means more money in their pocket. The last one is also increase in profit margins. So those are three results that most clients will desire. Like I said, this will depend on industry. This will vary. Some people might be new customers like Etsy sellers. Increase in profit margins is obviously important as well. There are many different results that your clients will desire, but these are probably three of the most popular ones. This is the exact system that allowed me to get clients 1,000 leads and a cost per lead under $1. If you want to learn more and we just have a quick chat with me about how to actually achieve this result, and we'll go a little bit more into detail, I've got a link in the description to book a one-on-one call completely for free. Just a quick 30-minute chat. We'll have a chat on how to achieve this result and how we can get these types of results for yourself or your agency. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this, please leave a comment and a like, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.